Giovanni Rodriguez. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2022, this meeting of the Budget and Finance Committee is being conducted both in person and via remote participation. A reminder that persons who would like to listen or view this meeting while in progress may either attend in person here at the City Council chamber or use any of our social media accounts. At this point, can you please join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilors, I'm going to start with the new business from November 7th, since that meeting was canceled, to be fair to those individuals. We're going to start off with item 516-24, authorization to expend $12,000 under the SORB Address Verification Program, AVP grants, and we have Director Shepard here from the Lawrence Police Department.
Good evening, City Councils. My name is Rosa Shepard, Director of Support Services at the Lawrence Police Department, and I'm here to present the Sex Offender Grant. The Lawrence Police applied for the Sex Offender Grant, and we were granted $12,000 on this grant to pay for overtime. This grant will be used by the sworn officers for locating offenders and verifying address, for sex offenders.
So this is to verify addresses. How are we doing with updating the list of sex offenders? Because that was an issue in the past. I haven't checked recently, so I don't know where we're at with that.
For that, I brought Sergeant Panchi.
Hello, Sergeant. How are you?
I'm Sergeant Mark Pangiatakis. I oversee the administrative division at the PD, and Detective John Haggerty here handles the sex offenders. And so the question is updating the site. So we've updated the City of Lawrence website, where there's access right to the state website. Awesome. And that's updated on a daily basis. Every city in town does that now. It just goes right to mass.gov, and it goes right to their site, and all that information is updated immediately by them.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any other questions, councilors? Council President.
Just to follow up on the Madam Chair Infante, there was a video before with the sex offender's face.
Oh, inside the police department?
No, it was like on Channel 22 and so far so on. That didn't get updated for quite some time.
Well, they have access to that through the portal now, through that mass.gov. All the faces will be there, all the addresses and everything will be there. We really don't have the capability of doing that part anymore, of updating ourselves. It's a lot of work, and it's just a lot of changes that have to be made, and the state does them for you. So when they press on that link on the City of Lawrence website, under the SORB link, sex offender link, that whole TV section will come up. Most PDs don't have that TV in their lobbies anymore.
So around how many sex offenders are currently living in the City of Lawrence?
Right now we have 193.
Registered sex offender, and what levels? Can you specify the amount per level?
We have level 1, we have 45 that either live or work here. Level 1 does not register with us. They register
Before you go to that number, can you define what level 1, level 2, and level 3 means?
Level 1 is the chance of reoffending is very minimal. There's no chance at all. Level 2, they have a little higher risk of offending. Level 3, they have a good amount of risk to reoffend.
That means that they get arrested for more than one time for the same situation?
It could be the crime, like a violent, I apologize for a violent rape or something like that. They would be made a level 3.
Okay. Do you mind providing us next time, because we're going to see these again at the full council level, do you mind bringing up what is the definition based on the law, so we can have a better understanding?
Yeah, I can have that.
Not just on the potential second offense, but on the definition as of what it means to,
sure, I
to
can do
be
that
in
for-
each level.
Yeah.
And then can you provide us with the number per level?
Sure, and as we can tell you that right now, it's, there's 114 level 2 offenders, 45 level 1, 114 level 2, and 44 level 3. And there's also the next level is silent sexual violent predator, and we don't have, thank God we don't have any. No. There is no, it's SVP. Yeah. And what the grant does, it allows us to do more checks at their homes. We start with the level 3s, then we go to level 2s. We had a smaller grant this past, last year's grant. We were able to get full arrest warrants for people that said they lived in a certain location, no longer live there.
And I don't know if you have this and break it down a little more, but like if you don't have it, can you bring it to us next week? How many of those 100 and almost 200 sex offenders are considered are also on the homeless list?
Okay, I can try to do that, yeah.
And
They have to, some of them might not be on that homeless list, but most of them are. But they
Yeah.
have to register as homeless, which means they have to come see me every month
yeah.
to register.
And also, how many of those are living within common community, perhaps a rooming house?
Okay,
So if you don't have those, that's fine. Next week,
sure, we can do that.
at least if you can get those numbers.
So homeless, rooming houses, and you want to know the definition of each level.
I want to take this opportunity to apologize for the music in the background. It's a static, or I don't know, not static, station interference. We've been trying our best to get this resolved, and we make progress, and then it's very complicated. So I apologize to you guys
that's okay.
here and to the people watching at home.
Thank you. Anything else, sir? Yeah, ladies?
Councilors, can I have a
Thank-
motion to send with a favorable recommendation?
I'll make the motion.
Motion been made, seconded by Council Marmol. Discussion. All those see aye. The ayes have it. Next item is 518-24, authorization to pay prior year invoices in the amount of $1,390 with 19 cents for Amazon and WB Mason, and this was brought to us by the library director. I don't see her here, however, we do have all the information, councilors.
I'll make a motion to send it to full council with a fair recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly second in discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. All right, now we're going to the top of the agenda.
Out of order.
We'll leave, we're going to leave the airport one for last. That way Bill can get here. All right, item 545-24, authorization to expend $130,000 for the Mass Trail Grant from EOEEA for Spicket River Green renovation, brought to us by our financial manager, Sue Fink. Sue Fink, I thought it was just, it's just you, Sue.
It's just me.
You have the floor.
Good evening, councilors. The city was awarded a $130,000 grant from EOEEA to plan a phased renovation of a failing bridge which is connecting the Julia Silverio Park to the Lawrence General Hospital campus. It's part of the Spicket River Greenway. The scope of work under this grant is to assess the condition of the bridge, to do environmental permitting, which includes the Mass Historic Commission project notification form, the Wetlands Protection Act notice of intent, and the Chapter 91 water dependent application. We will also be preparing the design plans for the renovation of the bridge, and this will queue us up to apply for additional funding in the Mass Trails Grant in FY '27 to fund the actual construction on the bridge. This grant is an 80% reimbursable grant, and the match will be coming from in-kind staff time from staff in our office who will be working on this project, and also we're going to put some CDBG out of the infrastructure line item.
Councilors, any questions? Council
I have a
President.
quick question. Through you, Madam Chair. What percentage of the design this grant is gonna put us at the 10% level or 25% level?
But we're going to be at 100% for design when we're done.
With this money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any other questions, councilors? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to send it to the full council with a recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly seconded, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you, councilors.
Next item is item 546-24, authorization to expend $212,760 from the formula grant from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs. We have Director Valdez here with us tonight. Director?
Good evening, councilors. Good evening, everyone. Yes, this is our yearly allotted amount from the state. This year, the amount went to $15. We had a $1 increase. I'd like to thank our state delegation for pushing that through. We've gotten $212,760, and it'll be in 2 installments. We got the first one in October, and this pays for staff, for the outreach workers and community health workers and the program administrator.
Councilors, any questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to send it to the full council with a recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly seconded, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. And Director, the next one's yours. Item 547-24, authorization to expend $15,000 from the Title III grant from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs and Elder Services of the Merrimack Valley. Director?
This is Title III funding. It comes to HBAN. HBAN gets money through the federal government, and then we apply for it. We applied for $15,000 to have workshops with the police and fire to educate our seniors on how to, safety, on self-defense, on reporting, and also on fires.
Thank you. Councilors, any questions? Councilor Marmal.
Is this educating all seniors throughout the whole city of Lawrence, or does it target certain housing communities?
No, all of them. We've actually done some in elderly housings, and we do some at the center. We got this grant last year, and we did that with community policing. And then at the end, we had something where we brought everybody together, everybody that had taken the little workshops that we do. And they asked questions, and it was actually really good, so I applied for it again, because you're not gonna serve everybody all at once, so.
Is this multiple events throughout the year, or is it like a one-time?
No, it's like six workshops.
And in the 6 workshops, what would you say is the attendance like?
The highest one we had was about 80. The lowest one was about 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Councilors, any other questions?
I have-
Council President.
This is the second time we get this grant?
Yes.
Okay, and have you think about something more, a little different than before, that actually reach out a little more the seniors? Perhaps having a video, going to channel 22, they look at it, they still watch the TV. And then, or have some type of social media campaign just for seniors that target a specific age, perhaps 62 and up, within the zip code of 11841 and 11843 or something like that. And our zip codes, I mean, I don't know, do you think that might work?
Yes, I think that's a really good idea. The first time we wrote it was really about elders getting comfortable with community policing. and this time we're doing workshops. So the first one was really like coffee hours and people really getting to know community policing and kind of taking away that stigma that people are afraid to call a police department or call police officers or report things. So we really did a lot about, see it, you report it, be vigilant around your surroundings and how you speak to police officers. And they kind of taught them how to, pay attention to.
Sorry,
That's okay.
you guys are all set, Director. You're welcome.
So all that stuff that we did the first time. And then this time we thought we'd do focus groups where they get educated, really educated and look at how to really report things, how to really defend themselves. Fire, we really were focusing a little more on fire this year so that we could teach elders how important it is to have apartment insurance, how important it is to not fall asleep, maybe buy an alarm when you put something on the stove and put the alarm to sound in 30 minutes so if you fall asleep you can hear the alarm and something doesn't burn. So we're looking at all of that. And we're actually with Delaney, Captain Delaney, we actually talked about giving away things that have to do with fire prevention. But I like your idea of videos. I definitely will look at that. I think there's other possibilities for other fundings to be able to do that. Kind of what we did with the census, where we made a local commercial. Yeah, and then we played.
Something like that, something that actually, you have a great amount of seniors at the center.
Yeah.
I finally say the center.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Yes. So, but it is important, kind of look into a little bit, because they look at the social media,
Yeah,
especially Facebook and stuff like that. Not necessarily other more up-to-date platform, but
No, I like the idea. I will definitely jot that down and work on that. I like the idea. Thank you, I appreciate
you.
it.
I'll make a motion.
Motion's been made, probably second discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it.
Thank you, have a good
Director.
night.
Next item is item 548-24, authorization to pay prior year invoices in the amount of $15,218.88 for capital waste services and $150 for Rumble News, brought to us by DPW Director, but we have our Deputy Director, Mrs. Del Rosario. Director, you have the floor.
Good evening, councilors. Thank you. Yes, we have $15,218.88 that we need to pay to capital waste services. This was for services that they did for us back in July of 2023. For some reason, we did not pay these invoices on time because there was some investigation that I had to do towards the services. Reason why they were taking our recycling and getting it processed in a different facility due to the fact that Republic Services cut us down from the facility that we were bringing our recyclables to. So we had to work on a new contract, and Capital Waste Services help us out by bringing, using their own account to Casella. So we had to pay for the services they did for us.
And I'm seeing here, and also the invoice from Rumbo News was for two ads for the excavation permit to be published,
Correct.
and that was on both October 8th and October 22nd, and you also provided us a printout of that ad. Thank you. Councilors, any questions or comments?
Make a motion to send it to the full council with a recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly seconded. Discussion, seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. Thank you
evening,
so much,
Council. Thank
Deputy Director. Next item is item 549-24, authorization to expend $1,208,942 with 73 cents from the Massachusetts Municipal Public Safety Staffing Grant. And we have Director Shepherd here from Lawrence Police Department.
So the Lawrence Police applied for the FY25 Massachusetts Municipal Public Safety Grant, and we were approved in the amount of $1,208,942.73, which is an increase of $203,742.71 from last year. We mainly use this grant for to pay for the new recruits at the academy, which is the academy, the equipment, the uniform. We as well we use some of the funds to pay for their salary and the salary for the new officers, as well for overtime for the current officers at the Lawrence Police Department.
What consists of, we also have other costs. What generally is covered for other costs?
Other costs will be the equipment such as radio, the uniform to start the academy, the uniform once they graduate from the academy, as well for the tuition of the recruits.
Councilors, any questions or comments? Council President.
This is a state grant that we have get for a couple of years now, right?
For about 11 years.
11, 12 years, right? That's what I thought. And the amount of new hires that these grants actually cover every year, it's about, what, 10 or something?
8 to 9.
8 to 9?
Yeah, it is budgeted and approved for 8 recruits at this point.
All right, no problem. No more questions. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
I'll make a motion
Yeah.
I make a motion to send it to the full council with a fair recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly seconded. Discussion, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the ayes have it. Thank you, Director. Now we're going back to the first item, which is item 544-24, authorization to pay prior year invoices in the amount of $1,231 with 43 cents from NRG, and this is from our airport. And we have the commissioner here, the airport commissioner here to speak on this.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the Budget and Finance Committee, Bill Collins, One Platte Court, representing the Lawrence Airport Commission. This item was a prior year invoice that was sent to the wrong address from NRG, the new energy consolidator. And apparently it was sent to 200 Common Street. So that mistake's been rectified. That represents about 6 months of billing. And we have to bill it now, even though it was the last fiscal year. We're looking to pay that bill.
Okay, thank you. Councilors, any questions?
I'll make a motion to send it to the full council with a fair recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly seconded. Discussion, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the ayes have it.
Thank you, councilors.
Thank you. Councilors, anything? No. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion has been made. Do you have one? Do you have an item? Do you want on the table?
Let me see. Let me take a look real quick. Give me 1 second.
All right. October. Can I have a motion to untable item 234-21, tax collection and local receipts update for fiscal year 2024?
So moved.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. Council President.
I would like to make a motion to send correspondence to the CAFO to update the council on all this body on the important topic of tax collection and local receipt for the fiscal year, for the current fiscal year that we are, and I would like to make that as a form of a motion.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Maria, can you also add to that, requesting the CAFO's presence so we can go over this in person at the next Budget and Finance meeting? Thank you. Any other comments?
Just,
All
just in the
right, all
correspondence.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the ayes have it. Can I have a motion to retable item 234-2021? Motion has been made, properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. Is any other items that you guys would like to untable?
We'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, is there a second? Properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. Thank you so much, counselors.